Hey everybody, welcome back to the page. I apologize that I haven't been able to make a video till now. I probably just do this one for today. My brother's sick, and I went and done some running for him today, and I'm gonna go tomorrow and visit him. So you may not get a video tomorrow, but right now I think I need to, go do some stuff to help him, and that's what I'm gonna do. Hope everybody don't get mad, but I feel that's what I need to do. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one called Don't Ring the Dinner Bell. And what I say about that is most guns, when you shoot them, they got a big loud crack or, boom or whatever to them. Well, today I want to show you some things that would be a good little thing to have laid back in the arsenal. And trust me, I'm going to try to get I seen one more I'll explain to you later, and I'm going to try to see if I can get my hands on one. But let me start with this. This is a Daisy BB gun. And you'd be surprised, little birds, and if you had to kill a mouse, a rat, stuff like that. This one here was when I was a child from back in the 70s. And this little gun being took care of still works and functions today as good as it ever did. But it don't make no big loud racket, no big boom. And if I had to shoot a rabbit, I don't know, at 30, 40 feet, this would absolutely, at least incapacitate it to where I could get to it. Okay? So what I mean by don't ring the dinner bell is, you take this or some of these others I'm about to show you, and it would absolutely do the job without everybody knowing that you had killed something and come wanting to know if you could share. Okay? This one here is from the 80s. This one, the newer one, the older one has a wood stock, as you can see, and this one has a plastic stock. But it is still fully functional. It shoots good. It's accurate. Up to, I'm not saying don't shoot no, 50 yards and like that, but 20 feet, 30 feet, if you see a rabbit or something that close, you could absolutely tap it in the head and put that in your, dinner pot, and nobody know you done it. And if you take care of these guns, they will last, and they're simple. Right there is a load and shoot. You put them BBs in there, and you just draw this down, click it, put it back, and it's ready to go. And it's got a little sight window right here showing you when it's loaded even. So, there's the 80s, the 70s, 80s. And this in here I acquired. It's a newer version. It works just as good. And it's got a bigger loop. And this is a Daisy too. And, it's an accurate little gun. They're not real high powered, but they don't have to be to just shoot, do something at 20, 30, 40 feet. And, you can't beat these. They're not expensive, about $50 or $60. And you can put one of these in, into your collection. Now, let me go in here and grab something real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, here's what I want to show you. This here is 6,000 rounds for these little BB guns. And they're like, I'm going to say they're under $20 for 6,000 rounds. And in a pinch, you could put them in a shotgun shell if you had to reload them or had to reload for a shotgun shell and use them. But they're inexpensive. But, if you take, I think I've got about 6 or 8 boxes of these. And that's a lot of, shooting at little birds or rabbits or squirrels up close and stuff like that. Now I've got some here. They're copper. They're not that expensive either. There's 1,500 in this. I think it was about $6 or $7. Now, this is back from when I was a kid. Look at that. And they still are usable. There's nothing wrong with them. But, you know, that one I had 780 BBs. But, you know, this would be a cheap and very efficient way to, you know, do small game. And, you know, it would put something on the table to eat. All right. Now, let me see which one this is. I'll probably have to get my spectacles. No, I want the other one. Hold on. Now, for everybody that don't know, the sound barrier is 950 feet per second. When you break 950 feet per second, you break the sound barrier and you make a pop. This one here, if I'm not wrong, but there it is. I can't see it. But I think this one is the 950 feet per second. It's quiet and it's very powerful. I mean, I was surprised. And, you know, you just break this barrel down. And it's got a single piston pump. You load a pellet right there. I don't want to cock it right now. But you put that pellet in it, and it comes with a scope. And this right here will hold a pattern about the size of a soda bottle cap. And I know some people think I'm kidding, but I've shot squirrels out of trees with these. They'd be right here up by the house, and, you know, the hickory trees and stuff. You take them out with one of these right here, and they'll never know you shot. When the rabbits was cutting my beans down last fall, and I had late beans coming on, and they kept getting into them, right there I reached out and touched them, plumb down the other end of my garden, and I'm going to say that's, you know, 80 feet. And, you know, I didn't let the rabbits go to waste. Don't think that. I eat them. But, you know, that right there is a Gamo. I think it's a Gen 4. No, it's an F4 by Gamo. And it says Nitro. It's a CF478SX 177 caliber. And this little gun right here really shoots good, and it's quiet. And, you know, I wouldn't be a bit afraid to take a squirrel hunting or anything else. But see, nobody would hear it at any distance. You know, if they're 20, 30 feet from you or so like that, they might hear you. But at, you know, let's say at 100 yards, they won't hear this thing go off. And, you know, if you're shooting rabbits or squirrels, that'd be a good way to keep it under the radar that, you know, you're hunting. And it also keeps, you know, the other animals know that you're doing that, and they won't run from you. Now, right here is another one I have. I bought it at Walmart, and it's 1,300 feet per second. It's a Gamo. And, you know, these guns here are about $130 to $145 a piece. But as you can see, it's got a little thing over here to help quieten it down. And I'll be honest with you, these little guns here are amazing once you get to shoot. And you got, now it's just like anything else. You got to try different pellets and stuff like that to see which one it likes and which it don't. Okay, and there's some pellets out there, man, will speed these things up greatly. And, you know, you take, I have these, they're Premier 500 count, and they're just a regular, just a little round lead head like a hollow point. And then right here there's 500, same thing. See, I thought I had different ones. Somewhere there's something looks like little ballistic tips. Then these here are called a Firefly. And I bought so many of these, man. I just went and put them in a plastic container. But they're orange, and they got a little old copper thing sticking out of them. I had a old car fender down here, and I loaded up in both of these here. Now they shoot these pellets. The BB guns don't shoot pellets, and I haven't tried to shoot a BB in none of these, but or none of this, nothing like this. These right here, have no doubt, when one of these right here will kill a rabbit, squirrel, and an elk. You hit it in the head like you're supposed to, it'll take care of it. And I'm talking about, I've got these shooting a spot, big as a soda cap or like a drink bottle cap, and that's at 75 feet. And I've killed rabbits with these at, I know that was over 100, 150 foot. And you if you take your time and don't get in a hurry and walk real slow, a rabbit will run just a little ways and he'll stop. And when it stops, you can reach out and tap it, and nobody will know you done it. But now, the reason I order these Fireflights is when I shot the fender on that car, these would knock a little dent and knock some paint off of it. Oh man, I'll pick those back up. But these here, they would shoot a hole plumb through that car fender, absolutely through it. And I bought a bunch of them. If I see more on eBay, I will order more. They're not that expensive, but there is a lot of difference, and they actually fly faster than the regular pellets. Lord, them went everywhere. But you get you some of these and get to researching online and stuff about certain BBs and pellets and stuff. There is a difference, just like any shell you shoot. There is a difference in them. And these here now, these shoot a little high compared to these because they don't weigh as much. But now, you talking about that, I tell you what, I put one of these in one of these here, and one night there was a coon sitting out there messing with my chickens, and she had two little ones with her, and I popped the mama, and the other two stood right there and waited, and I got them too, and I left them all three, right there, which I know you're going to think it's gross. I eat all three of them. Now, if you ain't never eat a coon, you don't know what you don't know what you're missing out on. That's some good eatings right there. I know everybody thinks it's weird that I eat things I do. I don't really want to eat another possum, but when times get hard, you'll learn to eat a lot of things everybody else thinks is gross. But if you think about it, if it ever comes down to a shit hit the fan situation, an old groundhog or something, if you eat it, nobody else will. That gives you a whole new food category that nobody else is running in and trying to get to. I'm trying to get these up while I'm doing this. But I got a buddy that's got a pellet gun that pumps up with like a bicycle pump. And if I'm not wrong, it goes up to like 150 pounds of pressure. He shoots 10 rounds, before he has to reload. And I've been kind of looking at one, but now it ain't as loud as a 22, but now it does make a noise when you shoot it. But you take and they make them up to a 45 caliber air gun. And, they're very capable of killing deer, turkey, anything like that you shoot with it. I don't know. I guess you could shoot an elk or something with a 45 caliber. I don't know at what distance it'd be effective, but you could do your research. But I'm definitely, got that on one of my bucket lists is get one of them pump up pellet guns. Because we was shooting it out there one day, and it was shooting through both sides of a 5-gallon bucket. So that's pretty stout. And, you take that, and I think his is a 22 caliber. But, that would easily kill a deer or something if you took a good headshot on it. And you know, this is other options for, you know, if the shit ever hits the fan. And you know, you can pick them up sometimes in yard sales, or you know, people's kids outgrown them and stuff like that, and they don't want them in the house no more or whatever. But you can pick them up for near nothing. I picked up. It was my grandson. Now he was about the size of this one. They were new, and they had what was it? A deer right here. But you know, they're a new BB gun. They had them up there at the auction one night, and if I ain't wrong, I got them for $10 a piece. And them grandbabies love to shoot them. We don't let them have them unless we're there. You know, we teach them to be safe with them, but they like to shoot these little things. And that could be an entry level, you know, to get your grandchildren or your children or whoever into, you know, the shooting sport. And it ain't going to kick them. They're not so awful loud that it scares them. You know, there's a lot of people want to take their grandbabies out there and something go boom and it just scares the life out of them babies. But, you know, it's a good way to entry level your kids. It's a good way to get a little bit of food with, you know, without making so much noise. And I don't know that, you know, if I was in a deer stand out there, I'm going to say at 20 yards, and I know it'd be illegal, but if, you know, crap hits the fan, I ain't really going to worry about that. If you take that right there and that one that shoots 1,300 feet a second, I don't think I'd hesitate on a doe or, you know, young deer or something. I might even try a nice sized buck if it comes through, whatever comes through. You know, it'd be worth one shot to just see. But you know, if you really think about it, you take a 22, you're well, that's where it breaks the sound barrier. That crack you hear is where it breaks the sound barrier. These here don't break. That 1,300 one does. So, you know, that's the only one that makes a noise. It's not as loud as a 22 by no means. But, you know, it's about, I mean, most 22s shoot about 1,200 feet a second. This is 1,300. Now, these are all 177. They do make them in 22 caliber. And, you know, you can get up in there and get right like you're shooting a 22 with a pellet gun. I'm looking at a couple. I'm thinking about, you know, later on that I might hook up in one or two of them 22 calibers. It wouldn't be a bad thing to have. But I try to make sure, you know, to get plenty of these pellets and the BBs and stuff, because you never know. You know, you may find a secondary use for them right there. And these here, this will show you, they don't go bad. If you keep them in the dry, look there, they don't go bad. I've seen some dangerous things people done with these ones that shoot 1,213 feet a second, but we're not going to get into that because I'm not sure it won't damage your gun or maybe hurt you. But, you know, give this a thought. You know, it'd be a good way to, you know, be able to, you know, put a little something else on the table without everybody knowing you're doing it, like I said. And, you know, nothing else. Tell me you don't like having fun with them grandbabies. That'd be a way to bond with them. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate your time. This will be probably the only video I do today or tomorrow. Hope y'all don't get upset with me, but, you know, I got to do what I got to do. If y'all do pray, you know, uplift my brother in prayer. He needs it. He's not, well, what he has could be deadly, but right now he's okay. But we got to, you know, he just had surgeries and stuff to kind of, you know, take care of part of it. But I don't know if he would be comfortable with me, you know, going into a lot of details. But I ask that you just, you know, lift him up in prayer. Really, my sister too. She's a good girl, and you know, they could all use a little prayer. If you could, I'd appreciate it. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna say have a good day. Have a blessed day. Be good to each other, and we'll see you on the next video.